SA-13. He called me that night. I picked up the phone. The first words were, "Don't tell Mom," because he'd been hit that night.
The longer the air war dragged on, the longer he had to keep sending his son in harm's way.
The litmus I felt I had to pass every night was that my son were killed in Kosovo. I need to be able to tell his mother and his wife that he was killed doing something that I thought generally would help bring the war to a close.
Short blamed France for vetoing repeated requests to hit targets in Belgrade. He also said the pilots, he called them kids, were placed in greater danger because a Serb airfield in Montenegro was off limits.
Every night and every day I was sending the kids in through Albania, understanding on their left flank, at Podgorica airfield, with surface air missile systems that we could not strike and interceptor aircraft that we could not strike.
After NATO bombed a bridge and accidentally hit a passenger train, Short was given orders that further increased the risk to pilots.
You'll only attack bridges between 10 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning. That creates a sanctuary and makes the kids very, very predictable.
Military officers are almost never this outspoken in public. But Short is about to retire. And today he offered a rare glimpse of the battles that rage behind the scenes of any military operation. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Now, still ahead on the CBS Evening News, new evidence that quality daycare, from parents or otherwise, can compensate for a childhood of poverty. You've seen friendly dolphins in theme parks. You may be shocked by what's happening to many of those animals overseas. And a boy's amazing story of a year in the jungle living with the monkeys.
Fortunately, there's Nasonex nasal spray, an effective nasal allergy prescription medicine taken once a day to relieve nasal allergy symptoms, indoors and out. Now that's wonderful. The most common side effects were headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
My joints felt stiff. And then I tried Osteo-Biflex, a special blend of glucosamine and chondroitin. Over time, it helped renew my life.
Osteo-Biflex. Repair, rebuild, renew cartilage.
Yoo-hoo! Ready?
Ready for a better way to get my fiber.
Use your concentration.
New Phillips fiber caps don't contain sweeteners like most powders. They're concentrated, so they're just as effective as Metamucil. New Phillips fiber caps, effective fiber therapy without the powder.
I'm concerned about my cholesterol. Got a bike. Cutting back on junk food. But it's not all that easy. Fortunately, my wife Joy discovered a new spread called Take Control. Take Control is made from natural soybean extract. Studies suggest it helps to lower bad cholesterol up to 10%. And it's delicious.
New Take Control, a weapon to help lower cholesterol. Now available in 3 delicious salad dressings.
The United States Justice Department today sued the city of Columbus, Ohio, for an alleged pattern of civil rights violations by police. The charges include excessive force, false arrests, and improper searches. This comes one day after the local police union rejected a proposed settlement reached by the city and the Justice Department. Near Albany, New York, a bus full of first and second graders collided today with a dump truck. Dozens of children were injured, including at least one now in critical condition with a head injury. Federal investigators say the bus was equipped with seat belts, and they will look into whether the children were buckled up. So far as can be determined, no one questions the design of the bus. The impact spun the bus around 180 degrees and ripped off the hood. The children were on a field trip to a pumpkin patch. There is new evidence tonight that high-quality daycare for children of the poor can make a difference that lasts a lifetime. CBS's Elizabeth Callahan has the back-to-basics story.
What children are exposed to at this young age does affect their adult lives. That's the conclusion of a new study released today, one of the first to make a clear link between educational daycare and success in later life.
High-quality educational child care has long-lasting benefits for children born to low-income families.
Researchers tracked 111 low-income children from infancy through age 21. Half of them had a variety of child care arrangements. Half attended an educational daycare center like this one. Over 21 years of observation, the children who had been in daycare scored higher on tests, showed higher academic achievement in both reading and math, were more likely to go to college, and more likely to postpone parenthood.
There needs to be a realization that learning begins at the beginning.
Did you laugh? Sarah Maldonado doesn't need a study to tell her what works. She's been the director of this inner-city daycare center for 24 years. Toddlers she once nurtured are now grown and on their own.
They're assertive, they're working, they're going to school. We have a high percentage of our mothers go to college in the evenings. They are professional women. And they come back with their children to make sure that they get the same type of things that they got.
The problem is high-quality daycare isn't always available to people who can't pay for it. But the hope is studies like this one will show it may be the best investment low-income communities and families can make. Elizabeth Caledon, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, here on the CBS Evening News, we'll give you an exclusive look at the hidden killing fields at sea for dolphins that don't make it to a theme park.
Hi, I'm Doug Flutie, pro football player and father of an autistic child. I started the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation to help less fortunate families of autistic children get the support they need. Here's a way you can help. Just dial 1010-220. All calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents, and 1010-220 will make a donation to the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation every time you use it. So dial 1010-220, get up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents, and help some great kids at the same time. It's a win-win situation. I wish football was this easy.
Our latest innovation springs from a very old idea, that heat cleans better. And so, Bissell introduces the first and only upright deep cleaner with an onboard heater. A common sense idea to make cleaning even cleaner. The new Power Steamer Pro Heat Plus from Bissell. Life's messy. Clean it up.
Out here, I'm in command. So am I supposed to say, slow down, guys, I'm constipated? I don't think so. You try to eat right. Sometimes you can't. Harsh chemical laxatives, they can kick in whenever and wherever. Not an option. So I rely on doctor-recommended Metamucil. It's got 100% natural fiber. Works with my body, gently, which is important to a sensitive guy like myself.
Metamucil, the doctor's natural choice for regularity.
Can you believe it? My husband, Nolan Ryan, has arthritis. So his doctor says stay active and take Advil to make it easier. I take it for my arthritis pain, so we can exercise together.
Advil, stronger than pain. You've dreamed of opening your own place. Now stay healthy and energetic and enjoy it. Give your life a silver lining with Centrum Silver. Its age-essential nutrients may help maintain your immunity and help keep your heart healthy. Give your life a silver lining with Centrum Silver.
We have an update tonight on an Eye on America investigation in which CBS's Vince Gonzalez revealed how guns that once belonged to police departments were sold to middlemen and eventually wound up in criminal hands. In a change of policy since that report, the Detroit Police Department now says it will no longer sell its old weapons and will instead melt them down. The mayor of Miami proposed a similar change in policy last week. In news of nature and the environment, you've probably seen those dolphin-safe labels on canned tuna to indicate no dolphins were hurt or killed in the tuna nets. What you may not know is the netting of dolphins overseas, especially in Asia, for sale to theme parks, can and does result in dolphin deaths, and it's no accident. CBS's John Blackstone has the disturbing facts and the more disturbing pictures.
The fishermen of Futo, Japan brought in a profitable catch last week. Dozens of dolphins herded into an ever-tightening circle of nets and driven toward shore. Most of the captured animals are about to meet a brutal and heartbreaking end. A few of the best will be spared. They are worth as much as $30,000 each to meet a growing international demand for captive dolphins. At a marine park near Tokyo today, the dolphins put on the kind of show that is now the staple of aquariums and amusement parks around the world. But that's not the whole story. For those dolphins left behind last Thursday, the killing was about to begin. Those dolphins not young enough or attractive enough for marine parks were on their way to becoming meat or fertilizer. Some trucked away were still alive. Hardy Jones, a documentary filmmaker, has photographed the same kind of capture that occurred last week.
It's an unbelievable act of cruelty to an animal that I really love. And to watch it happen, the only thing I can do is to say to myself, take the pictures and get them out so the world can see.
It's ironic, perhaps, that if the world is outraged, it's because so many have come to know dolphins so well in captivity at parks like SeaWorld in San Diego.
People can come here and learn about dolphins, experience them firsthand, interact with them personally, and I think that's leading to a better level of understanding and appreciation for them.
American law forbids importing wild dolphins. Those at SeaWorld were bred in captivity. But continuing international demand is still bringing the slaughter of these animals, known as gentle, intelligent, and friendly. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.
Straight ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, exclusive, the Waco tapes. What, if anything, do they prove about the FBI's role in the final assault?
You can't live without water. Can you live without art? The bold look of Kohler.
Have you seen the latest? One-a-day joint health with glucosamine, a unique blend designed to help you maintain flexibility. It's from One-a-day, and just what you need to feel your best.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Monte Carlo. Green. The side you show the world is up to you.
What a close call with my overactive bladder. Having to go suddenly, needing to go so frequently. But that time, I almost didn't make it. That did it. I asked my doctor about Detrol.
Overactive bladder is a medical condition. Today's prescription Detrol is proven effective to treat it. Detrol helps control bladder contractions that cause those sudden urges. Detrol reduced bathroom visits by 2.2 times in 24 hours versus 1.1 times with placebo. 1.2 fewer wedding accidents occurred with Detrol versus 0.8 fewer with placebo. Similar decreases over 24 hours. If you have certain types of stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, do not take Detrol. The most common side effect is dry mouth. Some others may include dry eyes, headache, constipation, and indigestion.
Enjoy the movie?
Thanks to Detrol. Ask your doctor about prescription Detrol, proven effective to treat overactive bladder.
For the third time in 4 years, the U.S. Senate tonight approved a measure to ban a type of late-term abortions. President Clinton says he will veto it, just like the others, if and when it gets to his desk. Supporters of the ban refer to these abortions as, quote, partial births. Opponents say it's all really aimed at reversing a woman's legal right to choose whether or not to have an abortion. One of the hottest ongoing debates in this country is about the Branch Davidian siege outside Waco, Texas, and what really happened the day it came to a fiery end. CBS News has been investigating this for a long while and will continue to do so. Tonight, correspondent Jim Stewart looks into one of the key questions. Did the FBI fire at the Davidians?
In the 6.5 years since the siege of the Branch Davidian compound near Waco, Texas, the FBI has sometimes had to backtrack on its version of events there, but on one point it has remained adamant. Never, not one time, did an agent fire a weapon at the Davidians.
During that entire time, those 6 hours, and indeed those 51 days, the FBI never fired one shot at the Davidians.
It is a crucial pillar of truth for the FBI and about to become even more so. Former Senator John Danforth has made it a focus of his new investigation of the siege, and it's the key question in a lawsuit against the FBI. Surviving Davidians have sued the Bureau for $100 million, alleging the FBI kept them pinned inside the burning compound with gunfire. The issue goes to trial early next year, and in recent days, both sides have given glimpses of their evidence to the press.
That's a machine gun.
Dr. Ed Allard has maintained for 5 years that these tiny flashes seen on an FBI infrared aerial surveillance tape are actually gunfire.
You've looked at the tapes. You've looked at other evidence. No doubt in your mind the FBI fired weapons at Waco, at the Davidian compound?
No doubt whatsoever.
Allard will testify for the Davidians, but will admit that he himself has never run a test to see how gunfire shows up on an infrared device. This man, on the other hand, has, and Dr. Norris Crone is likely to testify for the FBI.
We do not think that that was sniper fire based on our considered judgment and our knowledge of those weapons.
The Bureau will also point to these, the sworn statements of every FBI agent present at Waco that day, and the answer to the question that each was asked concerning weapons. No, I didn't fire, and no, I saw no one else fire. Only one agent has ever answered differently. FBI sniper Charles Riley said in a 1993 statement that he heard shots fired from another FBI sniper post. In 1996, he retracted that as inaccurate. It is hard to overstate just how crucial this issue is to the FBI's credibility. It was only a month ago that the Bureau infuriated the Department of Justice and Congress with the discovery of new videotape of the Davidian siege. If someone or something were to emerge now proving that they did in fact fire that day, then the FBI may find itself under siege. Jim Stewart, CBS News, Washington.
Up next here on CBS, a familiar legend in real life, an orphan's tale of the animals who cared for him.
Can your wrap take the heat? Saran wrap comes out of the microwave just the way it went in. Glad wrap doesn't. It's not just any wrap, it's Saran wrap. Is your wrap losing moisture? Saran wrap locks in moisture to keep foods this fresh. Reynolds wrap doesn't. It's not just any wrap, it's Saran wrap.
Can a sunset make you happy? A child's laugh? A warm breeze? No, not without emotional well-being inside. Now to help support the emotional wellness needed to enjoy life, there's Sammy from Nature Made. This natural supplement used around the world is now here for you. Nature Made Sam E, because happiness comes from the inside.
Look, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Ellie's renting again. And Enterprise picked her up again. She said Enterprise picks her up free. Free? Free. Now that makes renting easy.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
A lot of people have allergies. I have multi-symptom nasal allergies. It's the sneezing, itchy, runny nose, the nasal congestion. It's all of it. I told my doctor, I've had it. I want an allergy medicine made for my kind of allergies. He prescribed multi-symptom Flonase.
Flonase nasal spray once a day relieves all nasal allergy symptoms all day and night.
All it takes is Flonase.
The #1 prescribed nasal allergy spray. Even kids as young as 4 can use Flonase. For best results, use daily. If side effects occur, they are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Call to learn more. Ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase.
When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
Off the east coast of Africa in Madagascar, research teams have unearthed parts of 2 animals so old they may be the very first dinosaurs or even the ancestors of dinosaurs. You may want to think about that for a moment. Whatever they were, they lived almost 250 million years ago, long before the dinosaur heyday in the Jurassic era of Earth's history. We close tonight with a mystery from the wilds of Africa. How did a tiny child survive for almost a year on his own in the jungle? Some people doubt his story, but he's made believers out of some scientific skeptics. CBS's Richard Roth has the story.
The Pearl of Africa Choir is on a fundraising tour of England, and among these 19 orphans from Uganda, John Sabunya's background is unique. His story is the stuff of legends, the experience of a small child on his own in the wild, an orphan who survived in the care of animals. He was just 3 or 4 when he saw his mother murdered. Terrified, John fled into the jungle, where he says a group of monkeys fed and cared for him for almost a year.
The monkeys used to love me. We played together all the time.
It's been 10 years now since John was pulled from the jungle and placed in an orphanage. This summer, a British documentary crew went to challenge his story, accompanied by Professor Douglas Candlin, an expert on animal behavior. Only a few kinds of monkeys spend time on the ground and eat the sort of food a boy could live on.
Any of them look like this, John?
John picked the right species instantly.
Okay, that's the African green monkey.
And watching the boy interact with green monkeys, an expert on primates was astounded. He knew their behavior and mimicked their moves.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, you have to be blown away by it.
Close to myth, yet supported by fact, John's visit to England has the attraction of a fable come to life, along with the risk of a sideshow in the making.
It would be sad for people to think that John was an animal. John has always been human. The only thing is that animals took care of him.
Experts can't be certain, but more likely, says Professor Candlin, is that the monkeys simply tolerated John's presence as he struggled to survive.
He communicates, he knows joy, he knows sorrow, he's a real human being. And I think that's the wonderful part of the story. I'm glad the monkeys had a hand in it.
It makes John's story no less a legend, just a simpler account of hope and endurance. Richard Roth, CBS News, Somerset, England.
And that's part of our world tonight. I'll be back later here on CBS with 48 Hours. Richard Schlesinger has a preview.
Trouble is all he's ever known.
Living in the car, forced to beggar's too.
After years on the streets, this family is giving him one last chance.
Welcome home. Unknown fighter for my life.
Later on 48 Hours.
One last chance, 48 Hours. Tonight at 10, 9 Central Time here on CBS. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. See you again soon on 48 Hours.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online, at keyword CBS News.
Do you know Sal? He says he's just a gas station owner, a regular guy who speaks up for small businesses. Is he?
No, I've never been the kind of guy to get dirt under my fingernails.
That's for sure. And wait till you find out who Sal really works for. Time for a reality check tomorrow on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
The Early Show with Bryant Gumbel and Jane Clayson starting November 1st. Experience CBS News.
The #1 newscast at 6 o'clock for the people of Portland, Vancouver, and the Pacific Northwest.